Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and look at what we have here. This is the brand new Hisense U7SG ULED Mini LED TV. I got the 65-inch model. This was just announced, and today I'm gonna be unboxing it, giving you my first impressions of this TV. We'll go through the whole setup and everything and check out what picture quality and sound quality is like on this TV right here. Huge thanks to Hisense for sending this out for us to take a look at here on the channel. Now, again, this is a ULED Mini LED TV, high QLED Mini LED Pro, perfectly precise, stunningly brilliant. We got a native 165 Hertz game mode. We got a 2.1.2 multi-channel surround sound system, rich sound from all angles, anti-reflection and glare free. This is a Google TV that does come with Gemini. It does support Apple AirPlay, Apple Home, and a Google Cast. So by the time you guys are actually watching this unboxing video, I will have already had this TV for quite a couple of weeks now. So you should be seeing my review pretty soon after this video right here. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe so you can stay tuned to that video. But let's see what we got in the box. Now, you usually always want to start on the top because that's usually where the legs are, the remote, the manual, all that good stuff. So right here, we do have the cable for the TV along with the remote, as you can see right there. And it looks like we got a quick start setup guide as well. And then we have some installing instructions here as well, which is going to help us put this TV together. We got a piece here and a piece here as well. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to slide the box up first. Ooh, there we go, not too bad. Let me go ahead and slide this out of the way here. So once you slide the box off, you'll see right here in the back, we actually have the stand. Oh, here we go. Man, this is, all right, it's heavy. Definitely a nice sturdy, this is made of metal right here. So definitely a nice sturdy stand right there for the TV. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the stand together. It comes with everything you need, including the screws as well. You're just going to need to grab your own screwdriver. Now, there are actually some inserts on each side, so you'll just connect two pieces that way. And then there's the two holes for the screws. So you can just screw them in. There's one, there's two. And we'll just go ahead and tighten these up, make sure they're nice and tight, nice and secure, and then go ahead and attach the other side. And there is the other side. There we go, nice and tight. So now our stand is all put together. So now all we have to do is attach the TV. Okay, now the instructions do say that you need a partner for this next step in order to attach that leg to the TV, but I'm doing this all alone. So if you're like me and you're doing this all alone, of course, we are going to have to improvise. So I am using the box that it came in to ensure the TV is laying down on a flat surface so we don't damage that display. But before connecting anything else, let's go and take a quick look at the back of the TV. Since we have it down like this, as you can see, it does come with a built-in subwoofer, which is nice. Over here on one side of the TV, we have all of our ports, USB 1, USB 2, HDMI 1, 2, 3, and 4, antenna cable input, digital audio out, LAN. There's the connections, and I'm not sure what these are. Are these speakers? I'm really not sure, to be honest. This is my first time seeing this TV right here, but we'll clarify that a little bit later here in the video. Looks like we have either vents or side firing speakers right here. We have the power plug-in over here, and the back of the TV looking pretty nice. But let's go ahead and attach that leg. So it comes with these two screws here, and we have the option to either set the TV low or set the TV high. Now, you're gonna wanna put it high if you do plan on using a sound bar with this TV. That way the TV's not sitting too low to where it's covering that sound bar or sitting right on top of it. This will give you more space to be able to put a sound bar under this TV. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna go ahead and set this TV high just in case I do plan on using a sound bar later on. And as you can see, the screws do stick out a bit, but that is intentional, and you'll see why right now. Okay, so now we have our stand. As you can see, there's these pull tabs right here, so you're gonna wanna pull those off on each side. And as you can see, we do have some holes. That middle one right there is the one that is going to slide on of those screws. So if I can line this up perfectly here, and boom, slides on just like that, and it stays on there. But now we use the other screws that it came with to lock it into place. All right, there we go. And as you can see, it is on there nice and secure. I can lift up the whole TV with this thing. So let's go ahead and get this TV set up. Okay, so as I mentioned, I am doing this by myself. So I'm gonna show you the whole process on how I actually get it up to the TV stand, because I get a lot of questions asking how I actually do this by myself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just tilt it over on to the leg right here. I'm gonna use the cardboard that is in front of the display to make sure I don't damage that. Let it slide down a little bit and let it stand up just like that. I'll go ahead and get this big box out of the way here. Okay, so now it's time to get the TV up on the TV stand. Let's go ahead and do this. I need to start working out. I'm a bit out of shape. Woo! All right, there we go. And now for the satisfying part that everybody loves, taking off that screen protector. Okay, that anti-glare display definitely looks beautiful, doing a great job. Even with the display off, doing a great job at taking away those. It looks more of like a matte display. Yeah, I think it's actually a matte display. It doesn't look like a glossy display at all. Okay, so I am all signed in and ready to go. And one thing that I love about Google TVs is that you can actually set up a kids account. So if you don't want them possibly coming across something they shouldn't be watching on the adult side of things, then you can set up their own account so they can watch only what you allow. So we got Netflix, we got the kids account on there, and then of course Disney Plus. These are the only two apps I have set up for now. I probably will add a bit more here for them, but like I said, we're just barely going through the TV right here, just barely signed in. So if I go back to switch account, you need a password, or you can set up a password in order to get back to the main account. So if the kids don't know that password, then they're not getting over to that main account. So you just got to make sure to set a password there if you don't want them coming over to this side and, you know, maybe watching something that they shouldn't be watching. But of course, with this being a Google TV, we are greeted with this Google interface. And I got to say, just based off of first impressions here, this display looks beautiful. And I'm glad that it is a matte display. It's definitely a matte display because I'm not getting any reflections at all. I mean, yeah, I'm getting some slight reflection over there to the right of the TV. If you look, and I'll kind of wave my hand over here in front of it's catching the reflection from the window a little bit, but with this being a matte display, I mean, you're not going to have any problems with that at all. And it looks beautiful. It's looking really, really good. Now, if I scroll through the TV, it seems like it's scrolling through pretty good. Actually, it feels really, really smooth. So not experiencing any lag so far. Let me see if I scroll to the sides. Nope, everything is good. All right, so this is going to be our main home screen. Of course, we do have our search bar here. You can search by genre. It looks like we get the live TV, of course. And, you know, sometimes you'll find stuff you love, sometimes you won't. We do have the TV guide over here to the right, which is going to let you know what's on now and then what's going to be playing in the near future. Let me go ahead and go back up. And then, of course, you know, got a lot of channels there to choose from. You do have your app section where it's going to show you your apps, where you can download whatever apps they may have available on the Google Play Store. And if you know Google, they got tons of apps to choose from. You have your Hisense section where you can look through more channels. You got some live channels there. And then we have Gemini for TV. So what can Gemini do on Google TV? It'll let you know you got today's news brief. You can create an image on here using the AI, and then you can customize your Gemini experience. So definitely something I'm going to have to mess with on this TV. And then we have our screensaver and quick settings. So if I go into the menu, if I press menu on the remote here, of course we get all of our quick settings on the bottom. So we have different picture modes like vivid, standard, sports, energy saving, theater day, theater night, filmmaker mode. So we'll keep it on standard for now. And then when it comes to sound, standard, theater, sports, music, speech, late night, and game mode. So we're definitely gonna have to at least try out one game for this first impressions video. You can set a sleep timer, intelligence settings, audio output, more picture settings, sound help, and then more. Let's see what's under more. Or can we add more? Oh, okay, so we can add more to this. Audio only, HDMI format. So we can definitely add some more to our quick menu down here if we choose to do so. But you know what I want to do now is take a look at actual picture quality. Let's throw on some content here. Okay, so just taking a quick look at picture quality in here, and wow, this looks beautiful. Now, this is not a full review or anything like that. Again, just first impressions, and picture quality is looking good. And I believe we are only in standard mode right now. So yeah, so this is HDR content. We are in standard mode. Let's take it over to vivid. Okay, so it really gives us a brighter picture. It makes those colors a lot more vibrant. Definitely. Oh yeah, look at how good that looks. It looks really good. Let's check out the other picture modes here. So there's standard, there's sports mode. We have an energy saving mode, which is kind of dim it down a bit. HDR theater. Let me take down the menu setting. Let's see what that looks like. Look at how good that looks. And again, I love that it is a matte display here. Let's go back into the menu. We have filmmaker mode. Let's see, there's not that big of a difference between filmmaker mode and theater mode. Yeah, it's not like a huge difference, but I'm sure we can go in there and customize it even more. We do have IMAX mode as well. Look at the quality on that. I mean, you can really see every little detail in that bird right there and the content that we are watching. The colors look great here in IMAX mode. giving us more of like a natural look. Looks really, really good. Look at that. Okay, let's do a quick little sound test here. Okay, so watching a quick clip, and one thing that I noticed is that the speakers are actually pretty loud. I'm only on level 10 right now. And going up to 20, it already seems more than loud enough here. Okay, so just checking out some music quickly here. Let me go ahead and turn the volume up again a little bit. So this is just at 15. And it sounds great. And I can definitely hear that built-in subwoofer at work, giving us a good low end, some nice bass, nice punchy bass. And speakers actually sound pretty good. This is just in standard mode here. Take it down to theater. So theater mode definitely going to give us some more low end. Of course, we have our music mode. So this gives more of a clean sound, I would say. And of course, speech mode is just going to focus on speech. Late night kind of tones down the sound a bit. And then we have our game mode. Well, game mode actually gives it more of a louder sound. But yeah, the speakers on this, definitely nice and loud. And like I said, I'm not even halfway with the volume here. So yeah, what do y'all think? Of course, the microphones aren't going to do it justice. Okay, so jumping into a quick game here, but before we start to play, let's go into the menu here. So as you can see, I am in PC game picture mode, and we do also have a dedicated gaming bar. So up at the top, it's gonna give us all our information for the console, the frames per second that we're getting, but down at the bottom, you have different settings here. So we have different picture settings within the game picture settings. So we got standard, we have RPG, RTS, FPS, sports, AI auto mode. We're going to leave it there for now. We have different themes we can choose from for this gaming bar. We got standard, PlayStation style, Xbox style, Switch style, sports, and then auto. We'll go and leave it on PlayStation for now since I am on the PlayStation. Dark detail on or off, brightness, crosshairs for shooting games. If I turn this on, we have different types of crosshairs right there in the middle, as you can see, to assist us with those shooting games. Crosshair color adaptation, so you can choose different colors for those crosshairs. Gaming guide, and then you have more settings as well. FPS viewing, picture mode, audio output, and then more game settings as well. Oh, I guess that's, oh yeah, game settings. Okay, so over there to the right, you can adjust contrast, black level, instant game response, AMD FreeSync Premium Pro. So let's go ahead and jump into a game just to get a quick feel for it. Okay, so jumping into a quick game here. First off, it's looking, hold on, let me get this guy. There we go. So first off, it's looking great so far. just based off of first impressions. And this does have a native 165 hertz display, again, like I mentioned earlier. And we also have a Game Booster 330, and it is playing smooth. Now you probably can't tell on camera, of course, you know, it's not going to do it justice. You won't be able to see how smooth it actually plays, but it's looking really good so far. Let's see if I can get in one more little fight here. Got him. Let's see, who is he shooting now? Got him. Yeah, look at how smooth this plays. Looks really good. Okay, so taking a quick look at the remote here, like I mentioned earlier, it is a backlit remote, but the remote itself, it's nothing like we haven't seen before. I mean, we've seen this style of remote before from Hisense. It is a plastic build, but with a nice brushed metal finish, as you can see there. But this is new up here. I've never seen that kid button. So let's see where that takes us. If I press it here, Kid Doodle TV movies and TV fun. Okay, so that's actually new to me. I've never seen that before on a remote as a dedicated button. But of course, we have our voice assistant button, account settings, our trackpad, home button back, our volume, channel, and yeah, so all of that other good stuff. Now it is of a plastic build, so not the most high-end remote, but it does have a nice brushed metal finish. What do y'all think? So just based off of first impressions with this TV right here, I can definitely say that it looks very promising. I can tell that I am going to enjoy my experience with this TV right here. The unboxing setup was great. It wasn't too hard to put together, especially by myself, just setting it up and everything. So far it's been great. Picture quality was great. Sound is great so far. Seems like the gaming experience is gonna be great as well. But what I really like about this display is that it's a matte display, and I'm not getting a lot of those reflections that I would normally get get with a, regular glossy display. So I'm really loving that about this display right here. It almost reminds me of something like we get with a frame TV, those matte displays. So it's definitely going to hide a lot of the glare, a lot of the reflections. But what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comment sections below. Make sure to stay tuned for my full review. Subscribe if you are not subscribed yet, so you don't miss out on that. If you want to learn more about this TV or pick one up for yourself, I'll make sure to have a link down in the description below. But if you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.